Hmm. He hasn't read someone else's books. I could put her on the spot. Has she read mine yet? No. Yes.
Yours? No.
No.
No,
I
I read excerpts that you've sent me, but I haven't read the whole thing.
Yeah. How about Joe? Because he says he hasn't read someone here's book, so I guess yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't gotten to Joe's book yet. Honestly, a lot of the normal people I beta read for, I haven't been able to get to their books, and I'm so terribly behind on that because again, I haven't had time.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to get that time management thing down to a science because I am missing out on half of what I used to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that too. I'm supposed to be beta reading for a friend of mine. I'm gonna try to get it done to her by the weekend because it's just been crazy. Like for me, like from yeah. I know you were kidding, Joe. It's okay. We love your books. Well, I love your books. I don't know about Katie, but that's okay. No,
I'm sure I will love the books. I have
yeah,
no doubt in my mind about that.
yes, yes. Oh, hey, listen, I'm cool. You can make fun of Tim Hortons all you want. Honestly, I'd kill for a second cup, but it doesn't exist in Windsor. Like that would make me really happy, truthfully. Right, but
Wouldn't
but
that make a good motivation for murder? Didn't get that second cup of coffee.
yeah, some days, some days, some days, some
Believe me,
days.
I
Oh
understand
no,
that.
I'm honest. Like I don't joke. I'm not like I'm only half serious. I am a bit of a savage. I'm honest about it. So that's the thing. I no, for me, like I said, it's interesting because now that I've been freelancing, I find I have less time than I thought I would. Right.
Mhm.
It's I'm either pitching, writing, drawing. By the way, big important question for everybody watching this: Johnny Cage with a porn stash? Yes or no? Because if any Mortal Kombat character would wear a porn stash, Johnny Cage, I think, would be the one. Right? I think he would. He's that much of a douche, but that's okay.
Okay.
Um, but that's a question for the audience. But like I said, I'm working on. I asked this too because for me, I think the biggest challenge about this time for me was figuring out who I am as a freelancer. That's probably it's one of the hardest things about the whole journey. And it sounds like you like for you, editor slash coach is kind of like where you fit. And I honestly think that's not a bad thing. I think you're great at both. But I mean, it's just one of those things where like how did you find that path? Like did you do the same thing I'm doing, like kind of try everything and kind of see where you fit, or did you just fall into it?
Well, I list the skills that I'm good at, and being in publishing, specifically self-publishing, for the last 10 or so years, actually I think 11 now. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot through trial and error. So I've made as many mistakes as I think you can possibly make, and I know what mistakes look like, what they cost, and how to avoid them now. So I'm in a good place to help people avoid those mistakes. So that becomes one of my, things that I can do. I can avoid the mistakes. I can teach people the right path. So as just a coach on that side, I'm good at that. I've been beta reading for years, which led me towards editing because not only am I helping fix story problems, but now that I've learned so much by being beaten up by my own editors, how to spot all of these mistakes that I've been making. So I started taking a few courses on editing and I was able to get a certificate for that. And editing became something that I did. I've been doing cover art. I specialize more in nonfiction cover art than fiction because I'm better at that style. But I have a lot of people that I know that do cover art. So I can guide people towards a cover artist that might fit their genre if I'm not the one that they need to use. So it's just everything that I have done, every mistake I've made, and everything that I've learned becomes something I can do for others. And that's kind of where my skill set is. And I just listed everything. And I go on the freelancer sites and hunt for jobs sometimes. And
Oh
I'm
yeah,
lucky now that I'm actually being sent jobs more than I'm hunting for them. And that's how I
yeah,
ended up working with this publishing company is they found me. I did their little interview test and everything, and they seemed to like me. We did a test book together. That went well, and I think I'm now on book 4 with them, with another potential contract for a few more books to do with them. So it's been good, but it's also
oh,
very time consuming.
yes. That's why I like the editor slash writing part came to my head because I'm like you're juggling a lot of plates. I mean, you haven't even talked about your show, Spilling Ink yet. It was sponsored by a certain man that thinks that like Johnny Kidd. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, luck is preparation meets opportunity. Absolutely. Um,
I'm
I
not good at
actually,
the preparation side, though. That's the problem.
you're more prepared than I think you realize. I just think I think like most people, you're like you do what most people do in this situation. You procrastinate until you absolutely have to do it. But that's everybody. That's why deadlines exist. See, that's why deadlines are actually a thing because see, deadlines actually make us push us.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I can get this book done whenever. Years later, well, fuck. All right, I wrote 2 words, the onion. I don't even know what this is about anymore. I just have an onion thing I don't know anymore, right?
Yep.
But when you have a deadline and you have something to push you, that's when you produce. That's when you produce. Like you have a deadline. Axe throwing day is your deadline. So you probably will forego some degree of sleep and stop getting your things going because that's what creatives do. We all do it. Raise
Mm-hmm.
your hand. I do. I admit it. I
All the
totally.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
That'll.
curse myself as the alarm clock goes off in the morning because I knew better than to stay up so late working that I'm not physically able to function for the first couple of hours of the day because I'm so dog tired from not getting sleep.